Welcome everybody to an exciting new episode of Wavelength Monday.
What the hell?
Oh my
What are you
goodness.
talking about?
For the first time ever, we are going live on a Monday, intentionally. Wow, I know.
You didn't just accidentally hit the go live button when we were just here vibing?
I did not accidentally hit the go live button on
That's it.
Twitch, YouTube, and now YouTube Shorts. That's right. Some of you are able to watch us in a vertical format now.
Chilling on your phone, just watching. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to people for following. We're able to do this now.
Yes, we are live on YouTube Shorts thanks to you, getting us to 50 subscribers on YouTube. Massive, big thank you to everyone. But this is going to be a lot of fun. Basically, we are going to be doing the same as usual. We're going to be playing some Wavelength, except this time, you'll notice, it's just the two of us.
What? Oh God, there's no one around us.
Oh my
The
goodness.
walls, they're closing in.
Yes, so this is going to be a casual, what is that? Oh, yes, oh, and I forgot to mention, this is something that you're going to see more of on Wednesday, but we have lights now.
Woo.
This is much more visible on the horizontal stream.
I was gonna say vertical is cropped perfectly so that the purple lights are not coming up.
Yes, if you're watching on vertical, just off screen this way and just off screen that way, there's some really cool new lights we have set up. And whoever said we're scuffed.
Whoever said, not me, not once, never.
But we are going to hop right in. We're going to be doing Wavelength with yours truly, not in the tech booth for once, and
Well,
Corey.
It's me, I'm where I always am.
I guess I've never really formally introduced myself. I am Mark, this is Corey, and we're going to be playing Wavelength with your audience participation help. So how this is going to work is we are going to be doing a cooperative round, meaning we are going to choose 7 cards from this pile. I will let Corey pick them out as I explain the rules, and we are going to go through the cards one by one, playing a normal game of Wavelength. If you've never played before, it is very easy to learn as we go, and the points are kept cumulatively as we go through the stack of 7 cards. And if we score a perfect 4 at any point, there's only worth 3 points, but we add another card to the stack, meaning the game could go on indefinitely. The highest score we've ever gotten while playing this game is 24. The highest score possible, in theory, the highest score that there's a reward for is 26. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's just hop right into it.
All right, baby. Our first card, let's see if we can do Harmless, Harmful, or Gryffindor or Slytherin. I think probably this is...
I'm gonna say Harmless, Harmful. I'm not a big Potterhead.
I was gonna say, I see how confident you are in your Harry Potter. Am I spinning first or are you?
We are gonna do you spin first.
All
and
right.
I'm going to
Holding
look
these
away.
for me while I spin.
Why, sure thing.
Sir?
Put these over here. It was Harmless, Harmful was the card, correct?
Harmless, Harmful.
I am going to be operating all the graphics from a laptop over here.
He's
So
mobile
things might be a little bit jank, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see if this works. I hit a button to have a lot of things happen at once. Sorry for not warning you, Ben. And does that say Harmless and Harmful, or does that say a single letter on each card?
LL.
It says LL. Let me fix that.
That's what we're taking right now, double L's.
I know why that is. Okay, just swinging over to the tech booth for some fixing. Okay, all right. And watch this. Card's going away, it's gonna pop back perfect. Look at that. Look at that.
There it is.
You'd
Harmless,
never
Harmful.
even know.
You'd never even know.
We're still getting used to this, folks. But now I am going to look away. Corey's going to spin up the board.
Listen, 7 hours of tech support before we go live today is, you know.
And for those of you who have not seen this before, what's going to happen is a target is about to be revealed on the board. I think Ben in the tech booth is going to give you a close-up on it. And the objective is using the card Harmless to Harmful. You have to give a clue to get me to place the dial exactly where the target is. So a hint of something that is very harmful, say fire, will get me to move the dial towards the harmful side. Something that is harmless, like a water gun, will get me to move it towards the harmless side. And there's a subjective range that each of these could be, which is part of the fun of the game. The game we're playing is Wavelength, by the way.
All right, Mark, you're good to look. You're good to look.
All right, Corey. It's now time for you to think of a clue. Harmless to harmful.
Harmless to harmful. I got this whole spectrum to work around, but I need to figure out a clue to give you that's going to land you right where that juicy center of the target was. Based off that, I am going to say...
It's 30 seconds to think of a clue.
I'm going to say... Ooh. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
Hopefully this gets where I want to go.
All right.
I'm going to say a pigeon's feather.
Pigeon's feather. All right, let me type that into the prompt here. We'll see. It should be coming up right about now. Pigeon's feather. Wonderful. I'm so good at my job.
God, Mug is so talented.
I'm controlling that shit from a laptop that's not even a computer we're streaming off of. A pigeon's feather. The range is harmless to harmful. I have been very vocal in the past with this specific card about the diseases carried by birds' feathers. I do not think that birds' feathers are inherently harmless. In fact, I was rather terrified to touch them as a kid because it was so instilled in me how disease-ridden they are. But with that being said, I don't think that's what Corey was thinking of. I think it is going to be pretty on the harmless side because it's a feather. Not many people get killed with feathers.
True, very low deaths per year.
If it was a sanitized pillow feather, it would be all the way over here, but that is not what he said. He said a pigeon's feather. So I'm going to put that to about here, because I do think it's harmless, but we need this space here to account for the disease that everyone ignores. Birds are dangerous. I'm going to lock in right here on the harmless side.
Alright. Locking it in.
Locking it in.
Finger open the board.
Yes, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I don't know if I misread this. Maybe it's completely harmful.
Ooh.
There's disease-ridden birds. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, so that is actually a complete miss score-wise.
You're so close. You're right on the edge of that too there.
I was just barely there. All right, that is our first card out of the way with no points given. Yeah, explain your rationale to me.
I mean, you pretty much had the exact rationale I had. You just extrapolated the data wrong. Where like a feather is all the way down here. Pigeon's feather, that's a diseased feather, all right? So you just take it up just a little bit because it's not that diseased.
I guess that's fair. If I wash my hands, I don't have much to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. I understand it. Well, it is now my turn to pick one of the cards that we have. Let's see, we have good versus bad, or highly addictive versus mildly addictive.
Ooh, good versus bad, highly addictive, mildly addictive. Listen, all I'm saying was with the addictive card, we've gotten a lot of drug speak, right? So a lot of no-no speak. So if you can think of something, this is my challenge to you. Can you think of something on this card that isn't drug-related?
I bet you I can.
All right.
Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I will reset this back to the choose a card. What I'm choosing is mildly addictive versus highly addictive. You're gonna have to excuse me. I'm working with a new system here for getting these cards to show up. Let's see if this works.
You know, it's so funny because of how jank everything is right this second. People who tuned in Wednesday are like, what's changed? And meanwhile, here, everything behind the scenes has changed.
Yes. But the card should be up now. It looks like it is correct. Corey, look away. I'm going to mix up this board. The card is mildly addictive, highly addictive. Hello now. Okay. All right, chat. This 4 right here is what we're aiming for. We have to think of a clue using the card. Mildly addictive, highly addictive. aiming for that 4 right there. All right.
That real obvious 4 that I can put.
That real obvious 4. Yes, you're trying to get Corey to place the dial there. He does not know where it lands.
Not
I'm
even a
setting
little
the
bit.
dial straight up, and Corey, you may look.
I have no concept of dial, quite frankly.
Okay. So, I have 30-ish seconds. Mildly addictive, highly addictive, and I'm avoiding drugs.
Yeah, here's the thing. Highly addictive, mildly addictive. My challenge to you is, can you come up with an answer that does not touch drugs whatsoever?
Okay. I am going to go. This is going to be interesting, but we'll see if you can get what I'm thinking with this. I'm going to say jogging on a treadmill.
Jogging on a treadmill. Huh. All right. So I've jogged on a treadmill once or twice in my life, I will admit.
Oh, Charlie says, right then, what's this? Charlie, welcome in. We are streaming Wavelength Wednesday on a Monday. Oh my goodness.
What the hell?
Mostly what we're doing here is we are trying out our new YouTube vertical streaming. We are streaming on YouTube Shorts right now. Oh, whoa, we're caged in on the vertical platform. This isn't reading on Twitch.
This isn't reading on Twitch.
Whoa!
My Twitch is more like, whoa!
We're boxed in.
I can't make the bit work on both sides, all right?
So yes, we're doing some cooperative wavelength with me and Corey, and trying out the new YouTube Shorts. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now, the card is mildly addictive, highly addictive. I'm not sure if you saw where the target was, Charles, but the clue is jogging on a treadmill. Let's see what Corey thinks about this.
So, like I said, I've jogged on a treadmill a couple times. Now, I will say that the biggest thing is when I've heard people who do running, jogging, any of that sort, I always hear them refer to something called the runner's high, of like just being in it and going, right? So, you know, that leads me to the highly addictive side. But that being said, you know, it's just running, you know, it's not, I could stop anytime I wanted to, quite easily. But it's also one of those things where once you start going on a treadmill and you're jogging and you're feeling yourself, you don't want to get off. You want to keep going for it. You want to keep pushing yourself. You want to keep going. At least based off the minimal experience I've had. So because of that, I am going to put it kind of like here. It's not something that like I have to do every single day or else, you know, like maybe, you know, like a morning cup of coffee or, you know, like a ritual that I need to have done. But it is something that once I start going, I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, baby. I think I'm locked in there.
Locked in right there. All right, jogging on a treadmill, highly addictive. We missed the target completely last round, so we're hoping to get on the board this round. Historically, Corey and I are the worst players of this game.
This is true, notably.
Which is rather ironic.
Yeah.
We, you know, put on a show playing it.
Yeah, we're the two leads here, so.
But let's see if this is the exception.
It's our training montage.
Mildly addictive, highly addictive, jogging on a treadmill.
Oh.
No, not this round.
Boo.
So.
Oh, it's so bad I'm getting boozed. I'm getting boozed from the audience.
Getting boozed from tech. My logic with this is like, yeah, you know, some people do like running and stuff as a routine, but specifically like on a treadmill, there's no honor in jogging on a treadmill. You know, there's
disgusting.
No
the treadmill.
I was saying, you know, like if you're jogging outside, there's an enjoyment factor to it. You're being in nature. You're getting back to your roots. Being caged in on a machine, running in place like a hamster. In my opinion, you know, not that addictive. I can stop anytime I want.
I don't think I'd be able to stop pretending to be a hamster on like one of those little hamster wheels. I've always wanted to do those. Those seem so fun. And a treadmill is the closest we as humans can get to that reasonably.
Corey at the gym, sprinting on all fours on a treadmill and squeaking like a hamster.
I actually, when I go to the gym, I get 2 treadmills and I take up one and I pick it up and I put it on an angle in front of the other one, so I have that kind of like curved surface I can go up like that.
Well, we're doing quite miserable this round. It is now Corey's turn to look at the board and come up with a hint.
Listen, man.
And as a reminder, chat, you are able to help Corey think of something.
You know, I could use all the help I can get.
We might need it.
Let's do this one. Let's do guilty pleasure, openly love. Please.
Interesting one. Choose a card. Alright, showing the card now. When I say now, I mean like 2 seconds. I'm just giving a warning to Ben in the tech booth when I say that.
Yep, boom. Guilty pleasure, openly love.
Oh, I need to look away.
I'm gonna open up the board now. Alright. Take a good look at that chat. If you do at any point, you're more than welcome to pipe in. Let me know what you think for a hint. If not, I'll see what I can muster in the old brain noodle there. I'm gonna go ahead and close that up. Oop.
We have 7 cards that we are playing with. We have gone through 2 of them. This is our third. Can I look?
Yeah, you can look now. You're good.
All right. Corey has 30 seconds to think of a clue. Chat, you are able to help if you want. The card is guilty pleasure to openly love. And the target was wherever you saw it. I don't know where the target is. You're trying to guide me there.
Man, how does it feel working with chat and not being able to know where the target is?
It's weird.
It's a weird feeling.
I usually always, to some extent, know where the target is.
I've taken your power from you.
I know. It's weird sitting in this seat. I feel very exposed.
You know what us mortals feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to say. I'm gonna say dark chocolate.
Oh. Dark chocolate. Oh, man. Okay. This is an interesting one because I notably love dark chocolate so much. I am obsessed with dark chocolate. In fact, what I ate most of today was a quote-unquote trail mix, which was just a series of nuts that I poured like 50% or more dark chocolate chips into. So I definitely openly love dark chocolate. Like it is no secret that I love dark chocolate, nor is it a secret for most people, but when you're talking about guilty pleasure, I feel like that is the quintessential thing that people say, like, oh, chocolate is my guilty pleasure. In fact, you know, this is a stupid card. I don't even know what the hell guilty pleasure means. All right. All people should openly love everything. I don't love shame in this chat. So, you know, all answers are right here. But that's not going to get me points, is it? If he said milk chocolate, I might be tempted to put it center. This is tough for Corey because Corey knows how unabashedly I eat sweets.
You're a big dessert guy. Like you are the level of dessert guy where we go to a restaurant to sit down and you will sometimes skip out on dinner to get a dessert.
Yeah. I've been at like Chili's and I order a dessert when everyone else gets dinner and the waitress looks at me and goes, "Really? How old are you?"
That's it. How old are you? Spits right there on the table.
Anyway, I'm going to say slightly towards guilty pleasure. Because I think people refer to it as a guilty pleasure. Even though I openly love it, I think it is known as a guilty pleasure food. So I'm going to lock in right there slightly onto the guilty pleasure side.
Okay.
Yes. I'm so scared. I'm so scared to see this. I'm so scared of this board. Okay, so far so good. Ooh. No! Oh my god. Okay, you were just playing off the fact that I love dark chocolate.
Your sweets were the one thing that you could resist. Also, I think dark chocolate is like, it's definitely, milk chocolate I think is more so the guilty pleasure, because every time I hear about dark chocolate, I always hear about how good health benefit it has compared to milk chocolate, and how much healthier and good for you dark chocolate is over milk chocolate.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. So I think most people love to talk about dark chocolate any chance they get that they're a big fan of it, or specifically that they prefer it over milk chocolate. I know I do. I'm a dark chocolate kind of guy. Yeah, no. Combination of the two. Knowing your affinity for sweets and also my affinity for how good relatively dark chocolate is for you. Whoa!
I'm lit.
Careful, buddy.
It's okay, it's my house.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, well, chat, we're doing fucking terrible. we
listen, at the end of this night, if we have not scored a single point, we're gonna get so mocked come Wednesday.
We've had a stressful day. We have 4 cards left. Surely we're gonna get a single point.
Surely we have to get a single point.
Alright.
Oh no, bird.
Oh, okay. Next up, we got either hard to find, easy to find, or ugly man, beautiful man. Ooh, I don't like calling people ugly. I'm not a fan of calling people ugly.
I love saying it all the time. All the time. I just go around, every person I see, indiscriminately, I start calling people ugly.
Yeah, we gotta work on that.
That's what they tell me in therapy.
Hard to find, easy to find. Alright. Once this card comes up, I'm now clicking the button. Okay, it's a warning for Ben. Hard to find, easy to find. Corey, look away. I am going to mix up the board.
Look away.
We are praying for points this round.
God, literally anything, please. I don't care if I'm on the smallest thin of grass of the two. I need something here.
Alright, that target right there is what we're aiming for. That 4 right there. The card is hard to find, easy to find. We need to give a clue to get Corey to put the dial there. Alright, I'm covering it up. Corey, you may look.
Alright.
It is thinking time.
Something good.
Yes, I have 30 seconds on the clock. Chat, you can help me if you want. Hard to find, easy to find. We're going for that target that you saw just a moment ago.
Mere seconds.
Mere seconds ago, yes.
Hard to find, easy to find. You know, last time we did this question on our Wednesday stream, our big Wednesday stream, I think one of the answers given was car keys. Now, I, being a ADHD-brained man, I misplace that shit all the time. I have a designated spot to put my keys as soon as I get home. I still can never find them.
All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb a little bit here.
Oh God.
We're gonna see how this one goes. We are going to go with my cat Phoebe.
Okay, so Mark's cat Phoebe. So here's the thing about Phoebe. Phoebe is very skittish. She does not like people that are not Mark.
She loves me.
Loves Mark. Loves him. Doesn't like anybody else though. So notably, she makes herself scarce the second anybody else walks in. So I would hazard a guess, because of the scarcity of one Phoebe the cat, it would be on the hard to find side all the way over here at some point. Now I have seen Phoebe sightings recently, and as a matter of fact, Phoebe has been more and more interested whenever I come in. That being said, the second I pay any attention to her, she flies as far and fast as possible into the opposite direction of wherever I'm going. So
she doesn't like eye contact.
She does not like eye contact at all. So I'm gonna put her on the hard to find side, but I think Phoebe is not the hardest thing to find because I have found her several times when we've been here. But I do think she likes to make herself scarce. So I'm gonna tick it up a little past quarter of the way. I think I'm gonna lock her in there.
Locked in right there. I'm so nervous. All right, locked in there. Hard to find, easy to find. We have not scored this game yet.
What is this, round 4?
This is round 4. Yes, we
haven't got
3
a single
cards
point on the
after
board.
this. We are going to go with my cat Phoebe.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
That's a 2.
That's 2 points, right?
That's a 2. It's not nothing. Oh, is my hand visible? Okay, yours is visible. Oh my goodness. That's a 2. We have 2.
We have successfully gotten 2 points, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, your logic was perfect. I think, you know, from your perspective, she's pretty hard to find. She's easy for me to find, but when people are over, she does like to hide about. It's so scarce. But yeah, all right. It is all ups from here. We are now on the board. We are not going to end this game on a 0. We have 3 cards left.
Impossible. All right. Normal thing to own or straight and curvy. I don't think we've ever done the straight and curvy side of this card. So I'm gonna do straight and curvy.
Okay. All right.
I don't think we've ever done this.
It's an interesting one. It's a thinker, as some might say. Now pressing the button to show the card. It has a exactly 3.5 second delay plus 5 instances of 100 milliseconds. So
it's very important that Mark lets Ben know back there in tech that the card is about to come up, because if Ben inputs any key during the time the card comes up, a hitman will come into the room and just execute Ben.
Yeah, so I'll explain how it works as Corey mixes up the board and shows you. Basically, the system that we have, how I'm updating my laptop to have the card show up on the computer we're actually streaming from, is I'm updating a Google Drive and then have a Stream Deck on a really long cord. Camera died, by the way, I'm vertical.
Oh, there we are, we're back.
And I hit a button on the Stream Deck attached to a really long cord, and it causes an auto hotkey script to go off on the main computer, copying and pasting a whole bunch of things from the Excel sheet that I have, or Google Sheets that I have, and it updates OBS. That's roughly how it works, in so many words.
You can look.
I can look now.
You can look now.
All right.
All right.
Straight curvy.
Now, here's the thing, chat, at any point you are welcome to give clues to assist me or Mark during these rounds.
Not that we need it.
Not that we need it, and as a matter of fact, you're doubly correct saying not that we need it, because I got one.
Oh, okay.
I'm cooking this time, all right?
All right, let's hear it.
I'm gonna say spring onion.
Spring onion?
Yep.
Spring onion. To show pro.
I'm confident. This is a 4.
This is a 4. Spring onion.
Yep.
The fuck's a spring onion? Yeah, Corey's not allowed to elaborate. So, spring onion, that's definitely that onion from Shrek that he lives in. He lives in a big onion. Either that or it's chives. Spring onion is definitely the onion from Shrek or chives. Well, onion is not onion is not a straight thing. Onion is a curvy thing, and springs are notably curvy things. Locked in. Hey Corey, what's a spring onion?
They go by many names. Another name is green onion. Another name is chives.
Yes! Fuck! Okay, I may have placed it out differently if I realized it was in fact chives. Why didn't you say that word? I knew that word.
Listen, there are like 3 different names they're commonly known by. How am I supposed to know exactly which one that you know by heart?
Except when you assume Mark's an idiot and you rattle them all off.
You know, fair enough. So
Shrek lives in a chive, right?
No, Shrek lives in a normal onion.
No.
Yeah, you see, the thing about green onions and spring onions and chives is that the onion part that like Shrek eats is incredibly small and the least important part of it. It's actually the part you throw away.
Okay.
What is the more notable part is the long, straight, green stems that you chop up in order to throw into whatever you're cooking. So actually, if you just like completely 180 flip this, it would be a 4.
So in a sense, I was close.
In a sense, you were close.
In a sense, you know.
Yeah, I think we can give that. Put it up there. Put 4 points.
Not going to do that. Well, Okay, alright. Well, that one was a miss, but that means statistically this one's going to be a hit. It is now...
Does it? We've only had one hit. There are, to be very clear, 2 cards left.
And we're at 2. This is by far the worst anyone has ever done in this round.
1 point for each card we have remaining. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is like not even close bad. Alright, let's see. We've got good for you, bad for you, or rough, smooth. I'm gonna do good for you, bad for you. This one's a classic card. Hard to mess up, I would venture to say.
Yeah, so is Strike and Garvey.
Yeah, real objective card. Good for you, bad for you. I'm about to display the card right now. And by right now, I mean in roughly 4 seconds, when my multi-action finishes completing. Alright, Corey's gonna look away. I'm going to mix up the board. As a reminder, chat, you can help me. Nope. Oh, okay.
Hell.
Oh, you're typing bad style. You're typing, I gotta come over here and fix this style.
He was typing funky style over there.
Typing funky style. Yeesh.
You know, until we have a budget, everything we do here, it looks really studio professional and really great. What people don't know is it's a bunch of duct tape and shoestrings holding everything together.
Alright.
Everything.
Pressing button, hands up!
Hands up!
Hands up!
Hands up, man!
Okay, hands up in tech. Why? Whoa, what's going on? This isn't right. Fuck, shit, piss. I mean darn. I gotta start.
Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, no. Oh,
Chat,
it's all going wrong.
y'all heard me. I said darn.
we all can confirm that he did say darn. And, well, while he figures that out, chat, how's it going? You know, we've set up a bunch of stuff here. Tonight, the reason kind of why we went so late and started streaming is because we knew there were going to be technical difficulties, so we wanted to kind of get it taken care of when we knew viewership would be a little lower as everyone's going nighty-night, bye-bye. So hopefully next week on our Monday stream, if we do it, should be a lot smoother.
Fixed it. Yeah, I'm going to have to troubleshoot that a little later. Anyway, good for you, bad for you. Corey, look away.
All right, I'm looking away.
Chat, that target right there is what we're aiming for. That 4 is the goal, and that 4 is where we're going to land it. The card is good for you, bad for you. We need to give a clue that gets the dial put right there. Memorize that placement. I'm closing up the board. Corey, you may now look and set this dial to be straight up. You know, I can feel the board falling apart a little bit. We've
Yeah, it's a lot looser than we first started.
we've used this board a lot.
Normally
I
there's
never
like
realized.
clicks.
An expendable item, I think.
Yeah. But I have 30 seconds to think of a clue. Good for you, bad for you.
We might very well be the people who've played Wavelength the most in their lives.
Honestly, it's possible. Good for you, bad for you. All right, I'm gonna go a little wacky here. I'm gonna say doom scrolling.
Ooh, doom scrolling. Oh, a
About to press the
classic.
button.
You can't see it behind the camera, but right now it looks like someone's pointing a gun at him. His hands are so far up in the air. Okay, good for you, bad for you, doom scrolling. Alright, well here's the thing. Everybody doom scrolls. Everyone is guilty of it. If you say that you don't, you're either a liar or spend a lot of time breaking that habit, okay?
Mother Teresa didn't.
Mother Teresa absolutely doom scrolled. Every time she had like a nun or like a priest or a Catholic come in to deliver her news, she would get it and be like,
Next priest.
next priest, next priest.
You're right. Okay, even
Just keep coming and telling her the sins of man.
Mother Teresa doom scrolled, I guess.
Her doom scrolling was just a little different than yours, buddy, okay? She wasn't on Twitter. She was in the hearts of man, okay? doom scrolling is bad. That's, you know, number one. Doom scrolling is not injecting yourself with copious amounts of opioids to the point of, like, ODing, so it's not, like, the worst possible thing you can do. Mental health-wise, though, it is probably the mental health equivalent of that, though. Doom scrolling is like injecting yourself with a bunch of opioids, mentally speaking, of course. Yeah, mentally speaking, it's really, it's probably the worst thing you can do for your mental health.
It's a move from the dial buster. Board breaking as is.
I'm stress testing our board.
I can't yell at the normal contestants, but I can yell at Corey.
That is true. I'm at his whims. Whatever he wants, he can do. Board game speaking. Yeah, it's bad, but again, it's not gonna kill you. It's just gonna make you really sad about life. Now the question is, how much do you value your mental health in doom scrolling? That's the question.
I can't give hints.
You can't give hints. And if there's one thing I know about Mark, you do be scrolling. Yeah, I like it closer to the center, because it's definitely bad for you. But again, there are many, many, many worse things you could be doing to yourself and your body and your mind than doom scrolling. Maybe not to mine, but I have locked in there. I'm happy.
Locked in there.
Locked in there.
Well, before we reveal, speaking of doom scrolling, thank you for watching tonight. If you're watching on the YouTube, on Shorts, or on the main YouTube channel, if you could leave a like on the video, it helps us a lot. We play Wavelength every single Wednesday, and now, most Mondays.
Woo!
On Wednesday, you will see us here with a full cast of people. It is a much bigger production. It's a whole lot of fun. But yeah, oh, I can see the likes coming in
I
already.
can see them
yeah,
flowing
wow.
in. Thank you all.
Thank you, viewers on Short. That is very cool. But yes, Corey is locked in right there. We are going to go with doom scrolling. I guess that will.
Yeah, come on, buddy. Do the thing. Oh!
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
It's pretty. It's
a plague upon our youths.
It is a plague upon our youths.
And mid-20s.
And mid-20s, and us.
And us.
Yeah, we suck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, can we get a check on how many points we got? 2.
And how many do we need to win?
26.
Oh.
Well, as we know with Wavelength, it is never over until it's over, and we have 1 card left. As a reminder, if we land a perfect 4 with this card, we add another card to the pile, extending the game, meaning we could possibly get to that 24 high score.
Now, here's the thing, Mark. We've spent the entire time playing so far calibrating, all right? Connection between the two of us, locking in, all right? This last card is going to ignite a spark that leads to, like, 6 4s in a row, all right? Causing us to have the new highest score we've ever set in this game and not the lowest, all right? So because of that, we're going to do boring hobby, interesting hobby.
Ooh.
Me and Mark have a lot of hobbies. We have a lot of hobbies that we share. So hopefully, we're in sync on this one, much like the boy band from the 90s.
Then put your hands up.
Living like you just don't care.
Boring hobby, interesting hobby. Alright, I'm going to center out this dial. Corey, spin up that board. This could possibly be the last card that we do for this round, with a massively pathetic score of 2.
Or it's the start of 7 back-to-back 4s.
That could be it. I need to think, you know, trying to think like Corey hasn't worked. Maybe I should think like somebody else. Like, what's the opposite of Corey?
That's where it is. Chat, if you would like, by all means, give us a hint in order to get Mark to put the dial right there. Right there is where we're aiming to get Mark to guess where the dial is. So feel free to leave your hints in chat below if you wish. If not, watch me give him a perfect 4 hint. Mark, you can look.
Okay. Boring hobby, interesting hobby. Corey has 30 seconds on the clock to think of a clue. We really need to be on the board here. This is going to be pathetic if we aren't. Boring hobby, interesting hobby. We do share a lot of hobbies. This is going to be interesting. I mean, how do you name a boring hobby? It's going to be something that I guess is traditionally looked down upon, like paint sampling. Or toothpick house building. Well, I mean, that's pretty interesting. I guess if it's a good house. If they're any good at the hobby, it's interesting.
I think I have something for you.
Got something? All right.
I think I have something for you.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to give you something that I think a lot of people in chat know something about. If, you know, a lot of people across the internet, rather, know something about. I'm going to say Warhammer 40K.
Ooh. Warhammer 40K. About to press the button, hands up. Boring hobby, interesting hobby. Warhammer 40K. Huh. Okay, so this is interesting. Because Corey's known me essentially my entire life, and he knows I have never once played Warhammer 40K or shown any interest in it whatsoever. And out of every single hobby he knows that I do, you know, he chose to go out of his way to name something that I don't do. Which leads me to believe it might be on the boring hobby side, but, I mean, it's a space, robots, God, Emperor, Infinite Wars, you know, taking massive ships through wormholes that are navigated. Oh, actually, it's portals through hell, right? Isn't that Warhammer? Don't tell me. And all of that is pretty interesting, and seeing people get those really cool figurines that they all paint are pretty interesting. So, I mean, you know, I don't partake in the Warhammer 40K, but honestly, I think it's pretty interesting. I like learning about it. Every time there's a little TikTok about it, I watch at least like 60% of it. But you know, it's not something I do. It's not bouldering, the most interesting and unique hobby there is.
Bouldering has to be some form of cult activity, I think. Based off of the way I see people who are fans of bouldering speak about bouldering.
What's so cool is, like, you know, it's so unique to do. I think that's the main benefit of bouldering.
Bro, I was climbing rocks when I was 6, alright?
Yeah. Good luck finding another white guy who boulders.
Dude, I think if I threw a dart out the window, it might hit one.
Anyway, Warhammer 40K. Is it going to be more interesting than that? More or less interesting? Maybe one more kind of tick over. I'm scared. I mean, this is such a quintessential nerd hobby, but it's not a boring nerd hobby.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Now, this doesn't influence anything. I'm just curious because you keep talking about your hobbies. Notable hobbies we share, of course. We're quintessential nerds. We like Magic the Gathering. We like Dungeons and Dragons. None of those things should be surprising for people who are hosting a board game show. Where would you put one of those hobbies on the board?
Magic. Magic I'd probably put here, actually. I'd probably put Magic dead center. Because I've had enough people tell me to my face that they have no interest in learning or playing the game at all.
Yeah.
That it sours my taste, even though I enjoy it a lot. Where D&D's putting me here, just because it's universally beloved by the people who watch it. Warhammer 40K though, I'm going. I'm so nervous. I'm going right here. I just need to lock in. I need to stop thinking about it. Right there, Warhammer 40K. Dear God. Yes, no.
Sorry, Warhammer fans, I tried. We did.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I think I need a little justification here. When I was thinking about the hobbies we shared, I was assuming maybe wrongfully, that you would put probably like the ones that we are interested in, kind of like in a here. Definitely not here. I would save this for like something special, but maybe like in a here range.
Yeah, this range is where I would put D&D.
Yeah, kind of like here range. And I thought about it, I'm like, you know, Warhammer 40K is not something either of us have ever really done, but I know the type of lore podcast that you listen to as you fall asleep. You know, the history of Magic the Gathering explained, or the card art of Magic the Gathering explained, or various things like that. And Warhammer's got a lot of that.
Corey's giving me more credit than I deserve. I listen to Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10 videos to fall asleep.
I teed you up, man. Come on now. Try to keep some. We're talking about Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons. I'll try to keep some credibility for you in this.
Top 10 light monsters with dragon in the name that are not dragon types in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a real video. Look it up.
So yeah, these are the type of things that I know you're interested in. Warhammer 40K, I feel like it checks all of the boxes of stuff that we would be interested in, like war tabletop gaming, you know, cool miniatures, you know, extensive lore, but it's not something that we have ever indulged in ourselves, which is why I figure like this is something that we ourselves really like and are really interested in. Like, here's the range of stuff that is adjacent to that we just never have personally done.
You forget I'm not as obsessed with D&D as some of the other people in our group, so this probably would have gotten me roughly there for D&D. I can see the logic. I don't think it was a bad answer. Well, with that being said, after going through 7 cards in this cooperative round with just the combined brain powers of me and Corey, the lowest score we have ever gotten previous to this was 16.
Yeah!
We scored 2.
Woo! We're the ones that host this show.
You suck!
We're getting booed by the audience in the back?
There's a reason we host instead of compete.
Yeah.
Well, you compete, and I compete sometimes. I usually have chat's help. You know, this is really enlightening to me, maybe how much chat does help me.
Yeah.
with these things.
We really picked a secret time to go live, specifically so chat couldn't help us, so we could get our practice in.
Yes. Well, we have a little bit of time. We did want to hit an hour.
Where are we at right now?
I don't know. Ben, do you have a time that we're at?
What does the Abyss say? The OBS.
I think I'm down to go a little bit longer. Maybe we can play a mini round of this cooperative. Yeah, I was thinking we're just short of an hour right now.
Okay.
I was saying maybe we just take 5 cards. And we're getting a countdown. Do you need to take a break or anything like that in between?
Do I need to take a break? How dare you insult me, sir? I am a professional.
Well, we're gonna take. Oh, sorry. Wait, I completely forgot. I set all this up. I pre-programmed in all of the potential victory messages that we could get from playing this cooperative round, and I need to be completely transparent. I never thought, ever, that I would have to hit the button to the 0 to 3 points category. But that's what we're at. So the message that we get from the creators of Wavelength for scoring 2 points in a cooperative round is... Ben, can you read that all for us?
Are you sure it's plugged in?
Are you sure it's plugged in? This is straight from the Wavelength rulebook. This is what the creators have to say for our achievement.
I figured it was going to be meaner.
Yeah, well, they're referring to our brains.
Oh. No.
Are you sure it's plugged in?
No, I've had enough MRIs in my lifetime to know that there is a chance it's not. So.
Well, with that being said, we're going to go through this quick. We got 5 more cards. I'm going to lead us off this time. And this time we're gonna win. We're gonna do pretty good this time.
This time it's a thinker.
This time it's a thinker.
This time it's a, that's our problem. None of these were thinkers before.
Ooh. Nature to nurture, or worthless to priceless. Score is still at 2. Let me reset that back to 0 for the new rounds. You know, I know we just had a really bad round, so it's not a great time to choose a difficult card, but I think I am going to give Nature to Nurture a try. This is one of the more difficult cards, in my opinion.
Yeah. I believe in you. Quite frankly.
Yes, yes. Nature to Nurture. Last time somebody did this card, I'm about to hit the button, Ben. Last time somebody did this card, they did not know what Nature and Nurture meant, which did make it a little bit challenging, but I, thankfully, do know what it means. I'm going to pray Corey does too.
I do.
We're gonna hop in, mixing it up. The card is Nature to Nurture. Corey, look away.
I'm looking away.
All right. That 4 right there is what we're aiming for. That 4 is the goal. The card is Nature to Nurture. Okay.
I mean, wouldn't it be just so much easier, though, if I turned around and saw where the 4 was? That'd really help.
That would be easy. You can look now. You can look now. I have 30 seconds to think of a clue. Nature to Nurture. Nature to Nurture. Okay.
This being a play on the old, if you took 2 twins and separated them, you know, see if they would grow up to be the same, being it's intrinsic of their nature, or if you raise them in different environments, if they grow up to be different people, intrinsic of it being the nurture you give them.
Okay. I'm racking my brain. I think I got a good one.
He's locked and loaded.
We're gonna go with photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis? Ooh, okay. So, photosynthesis.
People are gonna watch me struggle to figure out how to spell this real quick.
You really picked the worst word for you. Notable, not a spellman.
I might be dyslexic, I think is the word.
I feel like there has to be a step above dyslexic, and that's kind of where you are.
Stupid, perhaps.
No.
Alright, about to click buttons.
He's clicking buttons.
Nature to Nurture, the prompt that I gave is photosynthesis.
So here, there's 2 ways I could take this, and I know which way I'm going to. But there's 2 ways to take it. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is like it's like the nature thing. All plants in nature photosynthesize. That's how they get bigger. That's how they grow. It's pure nature. Whereas, you know, it's pure nature. Photosynthesis is pure nature because it's plants taking in the sun in nature, growing, all right? However, the other way you could take this is they're being nurtured. They're being given something. You know, they're being given light to help them grow and evolve and change, right? That's the other way you could take it. I think that way is metaphorically stupid and some total nonsense. So I'm going to take the much more literal definition of photosynthesis. It is literally how plants in nature grow. So because of that, I'm going to slam it all the way over here. Do I think that this is a 4? Do I think that this is a secret 4 one? Where the 4 is all the way over to the side there? It's quite possible. I don't know what else you would say to get me to put it further on the nature side, other than, like, the wilderness. So, with that being the case, maybe I'll take it up just, like, slightly up. I'm locking in there.
Locking in there, Nature to Nurture, photosynthesis. Last round was pretty bad. Let's see if this is indicative of the round we're gonna have this time. Woo!
Yeah!
That is a perfect 4. That is a dead center 4. If you maxed it out, it would not have been a 4, it would have been a 3, but this one is a 4. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you nailed exactly what I was thinking of. I was going to say the rain, but the rain is all nature. So I said something that wasn't pure nature, being photosynthesis, because you, in theory, could train a tree to grow towards sunlight, like they will grow toward. There's a hint, the most basic note of nurture in there. Oh, thank goodness we got it. We got it.
I want to point out, we have already scored higher than we did last round.
We scored double. what we did last round. Actually, no, because 4s are worth 3 in this
Yeah.
round. But because of that, we're adding a card to the list. We are still at 5 cards, and to remind people, landing on a 4 in this round means that we get 3 points, but we add another card to the list. So, score is now 3, as we are going to move on to the next card. Things are looking up, folks. Things are looking better than they were before.
Mark, I'm gonna do one that neither of us have much
Ooh,
experience with.
Classic.
Which is book was better, movie was better. Maybe I shouldn't speak for you, Mark, but I'm going to go on a limb here and say neither of us are big readers.
I've read a lot of books.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a big reader, so I'm probably going to delve into
Hands
a little
up.
bit of a nerd world. In order to
Talking to
give
you,
a compliment.
audience.
This is a robbery. Stick them up.
Stick 'em up.
We want your points and your
Alright.
thumbs up.
I'm looking away. Book was better, movie was better. I've actually put a lot of thought into this card because it's really tricky to get ones where movie was better than the book. I'm not going to reveal my secrets, but I have my own personal methods for how I would go about the movie was better side, which I will not share with Corey. He's going to fend for himself.
Who says I even need that, man? You can look.
I can look.
Okay.
Book was better, movie was better. Corey has 30 seconds on the clock. Chat, you can help him if you want.
If you want, book was better, movie was better. Yeah, people have very strong opinions when a movie is adapted, or when a book is adapted into a movie. People have very strong opinions.
Yes.
Even decades later, people still wanna yap about it. All right.
The most disappointed I ever was in my life is when I watched the Aragon movie. And I started to realize it's not easy to adapt a 400-page book into a made-for-TV hour and 15-minute movie.
Yeah. It's, I've always been curious. I don't know if, like, hour and 15 is not any time whatsoever, so I'm wondering, I don't know the average length of a film script. Is it reasonable to assume that the 400-page book was longer than the script of the movie?
400-page. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, movie scripts are 1 page per minute.
1 page per minute. Oh, okay, so it was like 4 times as long.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Fun fact for those of you who don't know film, it is 1 page for 1 minute, with some exceptions, not many.
Alright. Well,
Skit comedy tends to run longer because they condense so many words into really quick deliveries.
a lot of words per minute, or jokes per minute. Alright, I think I got it.
Alright, you got it? Let's hear it.
Book was better, movie was better, very difficult. I'm going to say The Polar Express.
The Polar Express. Alright, I'm about
Very
to show
topical.
the prompt. Oh, yes, very topical. Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Yes. Movie was better, book was better. Well, this has to be one of those answers, or just straight up the movie is better. Like, there is no way at all that the book Polar Express is better than the movie. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go out on a limb, and Corey can't help me with this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the book, Polar Express, was probably made after the movie. Probably made was more of like a promotional illustration of the movie. I doubt Polar Express is based off a novel. I imagine it's a picture book that Corey is referencing. So, I'm not going to put it all the way to the movie was better side, but I'm definitely going to be around here. I mean, what would I say to get all the way maxed out movie was better? Like, I'd say like Indiana Jones or something. Because there was an Indiana Jones book that was made after the movie. It was not very good. So Indiana Jones would be here. Polar Express, I mean, that's just like such a classic Christmas movie and film. It doesn't get old.
The song is stuck in my head right now. The entire time you're talking, it's just going on loop.
Yeah. They got the hot chocolate. They drift a train. They drive a train onto a lake for some reason that they shouldn't do that.
Is there like a whimsical, mysterious homeless man that lives on top of the train?
There is, yeah, and isn't it implied like he died there or something?
Yeah. It's really dark, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I always hoped that train would pick me up as a kid so I could meet that dead homeless guy.
I was terrified it would come for me in the middle of the night. You tell me a train's just appearing at random kids' houses and abducting them in the middle of the night? Yeah, no thank you, buddy. Alright, Ticketmaster, I see you. Alright, don't think you're slick. That was a drug trip those kids went on, right?
I want to go right here because the book, assuming it's an illustration, it was some work into those illustrations. They're pretty good. It wasn't complete bollocks. Assuming it is a picture book, I'm not even positive. But movie was definitely better. I'm gonna go right here. I'm locked in.
You locked in?
Book was better. Movie was better. Let's reveal it.
Oh, 2 points.
2 points.
We'll take it.
Not bad. Not bad. Can you tell me? Is there a novel?
There is. So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that this is the situation where there was a book, The Polar Express, and it did come first. I'm pretty sure. People can fact check me if I'm wrong. But you were half right in what you're saying. It is a picture book that came first. And the movie, they inspired and based the plot of the movie off of the picture book.
Okay. All right. Well, not bad. Still got 2 points
Still got
from
2
it.
points. I'll take it.
You're still soaring past our previous score. That was a hard placement to get for this card, so I think that was a very good clue.
Yeah. Yeah, no, as soon as you said, as I'm revealing and opening the board, I go, yeah, it's damn near impossible when it's on the movie was better side as I reveal it to show that it is on that side. See my eyes wide open as you say that.
Let's see. I guess I'll go with the first card that I
Express.
picked. Got underrated actor, overrated actor, which is tough because I don't know many actors, or dark versus light, which is just a little boring. So I'm going to go with underrated actor, overrated actor, knowing that I might end up naming a character, not an actor. But that's going to be a you problem. Not a
And you
me
can always
problem.
say the guy who plays.
Yeah, I won't though.
A cheeky little guy who plays. You know, I respect your tenacity. Standing in the face of adversity, you stand there and say,
I'm about to show the card with my computer magic. Wow! The crowd goes silent.
This would be such an impressive trick if it didn't take 5 seconds.
It has to take 5 seconds. Maybe it doesn't have to. I'll work on a solution.
You know,
anyway,
still
Corey,
impressive.
look away. I'm going to mix up the board. I'm going to reveal it now. Underrated actor, overrated actor. That 4 right there is what we are aiming for. Chat, you can help me. Chat, we're aiming for that 4. I'm closing up the board. Corey, you may now look. I have 30 seconds on the clock to think of a clue. Underrated actor, overrated actor.
They have abandoned us in our time of need.
They,
Right.
yes. Underrated actor, overrated actor.
Yeah, skip the Minecraft villager noises in there. Really spice up the ambience. Preparation for the Minecraft movie releasing 2025. Starring Jack Black, Jason Momoa.
Okay. I'm gonna go with such a 5-brain answer. I cannot possibly imagine this getting us points.
That's not what you would say! That's not what you would say, Mark!
But I believe of being on the same wavelength here. I am going to go with Jamie from Progressive.
Jamie Progressive.
Jamie from Progressive. I'm about to show the prompt. Ooh. Ooh. This one's a little bit faster. Ooh.
There it is. All right. I
have faith. I have faith.
I'm shocked that this person holds any like space in your brain whatsoever. Like, you actively remember him after the commercial finishes playing, which is impressive, I have to say. That is a feat. Well, I'm at a crossroads here.
Perfect for coming up.
Because this is a meme answer. So, is it meme bad? You know it's a meme answer. Come on.
He works hard.
He does work hard. But I have two ways to take it. I can tell you that, oh, he's the dog shit less than progressive guy, or take it in the way I am going to interpret it as, I am pretty sure that man is not a character. I think it's just him. I think they just started filming the cameras as he walked in, and that shit just started rolling, you know, looking through there. So I think because of that, he is entirely underrated for what he does, alright? They've let Flo take the spotlight for too long in the progressive commercials. He deserves to be on top. Either that or Mark is making a very political stance here, that he's been in too many of these damn commercials and he needs to get out. You know, actually, not looking at you, I'm completely disconnected from how you're feeling.
You get nothing looking from me.
But how? I would get the face of my friend. I do think, you know, actually, hold on. I'm realigning everything here because as I was like narrating the story of Jamie in the progressive commercials, I've started to feel a certain rage, and that rage is, for the longest time he was like this funny like background actor that when he appeared at the last 3 seconds of the progressive commercial, you were like, ha, good bit. But as time has gone on and Progressive has realized how much people like this guy, they have started putting more and more screen time to him. To at this point now, the Progressive commercials are starting to primarily focus Jamie, and Flo might not even show up. Thus, I think he is way too overrated for his own good. I think they're giving him too much screen time. Get out of here! I don't care about you. You're just the background comedy. This is like when a TV show or a movie gives the funny comedic relief character their own spin-off series, and they're doing that with Jamie in real time in the Progressive commercials. So I am going to put it on the overrated actor side, but not by that much, because this is a Progressive commercial we're talking about. Stakes are very low here. So much so that I'm even going to take it a little further. Stakes are very low. I'm going to be honest. After I say I'm going to lock in, which I'm not going to do just yet, when this board reveals, it could be literally anywhere, and it would not surprise me. I think I'm locked in there.
You're locked in.
I think I'm locked in. I don't like that look.
Corey, you had it.
No!
You had it. No, I like Jamie from Progressive.
You know, I just realized that I was the one here to take a political stance on Jamie from Progressive. Fuck that guy.
I think he's a fun guy. I think, you know, he's interesting. I like what he has to say, but also he's in a Progressive commercial. You know,
at least I got that part right.
He's not that not that underrated. Man, so I was thinking, personally, I might be in the minority here, but like Flo's like here.
Dude, no.
Dude,
no.
I need to see Flo in more things. So, like, you know, SNL, if you got a spot open, hit up Flo.
It's like the Allstate guy, though, because I've seen him in more things, and it genuinely, like...
Yeah, but Allstate guy, I don't care about him. I don't care about him. Or, like, Khakis guy.
Okay.
What company is that?
That's State Farm. Jake from State Farm.
Liberty Mutual,
wait, hold on,
it doesn't go far enough.
Here's the thing, though. Jake from State Farm, the original, the replacement.
Really?
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
other way around.
Say,
The original, the replacement.
Oh.
I'm really taking a stance here tonight.
Yeah. I support Jamie from State Farm, is my official opinion on that. But no points. No points, unfortunately, as we are going to move on. Corey, it is your turn. I think it was a good blue, personally.
No, you don't. No, you actually don't, because you started off this round by saying, I don't see how this one could ever get us any points, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Yes, because the answer came from my soul. It didn't come from logic, it didn't come from strategy, it came from the heart, which is the basis of wavelength.
We're going to do useless and useful in an emergency.
Ooh, classic, the emergency one.
Emergency! Emergency!
Man, I sure do hope nobody's clicking buttons on the computer right now. As I click this card.
Oh, that was speedier. That was quicker.
Yeah, it's because I clicked the button, then started going, ooh, after a second or two.
Let him believe. Let him believe the magic.
I'll just keep delaying how long
It's getting
before
faster, guys. All right, here we go. All right, chat. Feel free to leave any feelings about what hint to give for this one. I'm gonna close it up now. Memorize that location. Know where it is. Keep it in your noodle and your noggin, and see if you can come up with any good ideas of hints to give for that positioning. Mark, you can look now.
Also, if you're watching on YouTube or YouTube Shorts, you can hit that like button or that heart button on YouTube Shorts. It helps us a lot, and yeah, you will see more of this in the future. I'm gonna move these so you can see the board better. Ooh, look at those hearts coming in. Woo! Thank you. Corey has 30 seconds on the board to think of a clue. The card is useless in emergency, useful in emergency. I've really enjoyed some of the answers you've gotten for this card, and seeing how narrow-minded people think of emergencies sometimes. Like, people think of emergency, and some people just think zombie apocalypse. But emergency can be anything. It could be power outage, it could be a fire, it could be a flood. You know, it's a very generic card.
It's true. Things you would need for an emergency and a fire and an emergency and a flood are very different.
Yes.
It's opposites ends of the elemental spectrum.
Yes.
If I learned anything from Avatar, The Last Airbender, coming soon.
Yeah, what Aang would use in emergency might be different than what I would use.
Aang would use these hands.
Yeah, Aang would just beat the shit out of people.
Okay, I think I have what I'm going to say.
Okay, alright.
I am going to say a bottle of water.
Bottle of water. I'm about to show the prompt. Useless in emergency, useful in emergency. Well, there's no way in hell it's useless. A bottle of water is always useful. Like, literally, there will always be a use for a bottle of water, emergency or not. And no matter what the emergency is, there's going to be use for it. So fire, you can drink it. Flooding, you can drink it. Stuck in zombie apocalypse, you can drink it. Lightning storm, you can drink it. I get thirsty sometimes. You know, you gave me this clue at a bad time because I finished my water bottle and threw it over there, and I was thinking, man, I could go for one of those
It really baffles me. You started off with so many different types of emergencies, like a fire. You could, and then you really struggled to come up with something for a second, and then landed on drink it, and then that was the bit you went with.
Okay, but realistically, if it was just a bottle of water, what amount of fire am I putting out? Oh my goodness, my emergency resolved.
Your emergency was thirst.
Yes.
Emergency.
That's not for that.
All right.
That's not for that.
All right.
Anyway.
Fair enough, man. Honestly, understand it.
So it's definitely useful. Like, it's just generically useful, but it's not saving your life in any of these. It's not getting you out of the emergency. It is preventing your dehydration a little bit longer. It's going to be great if you're stuck in the woods for a little bit. You know, it's going to be great for like a day or two if you're out in the woods. It's going to be great if you're stranded at sea for a day or two, but it ain't getting you out.
Collect water in the bottle.
You can collect water with the bottle, Tech points out, not into a mic. That is a good point, but you know, you can't purify it with just the bottle. Unless there's some scout wisdom that I'm forgetting.
Piss in it?
You can piss in it, and then you have a bottle of piss. And that way, if there's a fire, you have a bottle of piss. If there's a lightning storm, you have a bottle of
If
piss.
Bear Grylls is around, he's really thirsty.
If bears are around, you have a bottle of piss. Yeah, coyote piss could get you out of some emergencies. Anyway, back to the question at hand. I think this might actually be a pretty good placement. It's definitely useful, but it's not saving you. Well, it's just useful. It's not about saving you, it's about usefulness. So maybe I'm gonna take a little bit more. I'm gonna lock in right there. I'm gonna say it's just about that useful in emergency.
You know, there's a tradition with this card. There's a tradition that we've had since the very beginning, where anytime anyone gives any hint whatsoever, people always overestimate the usefulness of an item.
Oh no! Exactly neutral. Really? A bottle of water, exactly neutral.
It's like a bottle of water. I mean, there are a lot of emergencies. Very little of them have you dying of thirst. And even then, one bottle of water is really not going to save you. It's going to help, but like when I think of emergency, I think of like, you know, calling the ambulance, calling the police. I don't think of like fictional scenarios like being stranded on a desert island, right? And in like more real world grounded examples, Mark, thank you, zombie apocalypse, really? Okay, buddy. In more real world grounded examples, if I have a bottle of water, I'm glad somebody has it because there's a good chance that somebody's gonna be thirsty. And it's gonna help them, especially like if they just came out of an accident, you wanna hand them a bottle of water in order to drink it and like get their bearings. But like, it's never the deal breaker, you know? It's never like, you know, if only we had a bottle of water, you know, this entire problem would be alleviated. It's just nice to have. It's the perfect neutral, I think.
I guess if the emergency was like a home break-in, you know, like I don't know if I have enough time to fill the bottle with piss for self-defense.
You gotta drink it really fast.
Drink, piss, piss. Anyway,
Moving on.
moving on from that. Leave a like on stream.
Leave a like for pissing.
Chat, do you enjoy piss? Anyway.
You don't have to answer that one. Some things can be left unanswered.
Yeah, I decided it's not going to be wise to go into that bit too hard. There's not many benefits.
Yeah, let's really analyze that one. Let's really stew on that one for a little while.
Speaking of, we have wise versus intelligent, or hard to do, easy to do. I gotta go hard to do, easy to do. I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards. Hard to do, easy to do.
We're gonna stew on that.
We're gonna hard to do, easy to do, stew.
Hard to stew, easy to stew.
I'm about to hit buttons. I'm about to mash buttons. Cool, yeah. Hard to do, easy to do. I'm going to mix up the board. Corey's going to look away. This is our second to last card. So, how are we doing point-wise, Ben?
5 points.
It's 5
More
points.
than double of last time.
Alright, that right there is the target. That right there is our goal. That 4 right there. The card is hard to do, easy to do. Chad, you can help me if you want.
Or leave them out to dry.
Or you may look.
That one's funnier, personally.
It is pretty funny. Hard to do, easy to do. I have 30 seconds on the clock to think of a clue. Hard to do, easy to do. Let's see. This is tricky. This is a thinker, as some people would say.
Some people we know.
Some people we know might say is a thinker.
You want to say it?
We have a comment that I can't read because YouTube's in the way. Hello, loves me. This. Wait. Oh, Holly loves me. This is slander. How many cards have y'all done? This is our second to last card. After this one, we have 1 left. Thank you for being here, Colleen. It is very much appreciated. The card right now is hard to do, easy to do. I am going to say repairing a leaky roof.
Ooh, repairing a leaky roof. Interesting. Well, the very notable thing about repairing a leaky roof is, you know, it's just a hole in the roof. So that's
impressive.
easy to take care of. However, the barrier of entry to fix it is a lot of effort.
Oh, Corey, look away real quick. Colleen's asking to see the board.
Of course.
This right here is what we're aiming for. The hint that I gave was repairing a leaky roof. Let's see if he gets it. Also, sorry, Colleen, it's hard to see comments with this current setup. I'm working on fixing it.
Hopefully it'll all be sorted by next week.
Oh, Christ, Mark. I think it's a good clue, alright?
Alright, repairing a leaky roof. I mean, feel free if you've got anything better to spit at me, but...
Yeah, if you have a better suggestion, I'll read it.
Like I said, repairing a leaky roof, it's just a hole that you gotta patch up. That's easy. That's super simple. The problem is, it requires a lot of physical effort to do so. You know, I gotta get up on the ladder, gotta find it, gotta figure it out. It's a big pain in the ass. So I'm gonna say, right here we're neutral. I would tick it over slightly because it requires a lot of physical effort to do. Because you have to get up on your roof and everything to patch it up. You know, got to do all the shingles and stuff yourself up there. It's frustrating, it's time consuming. At the end of the day, you are just filling in a hole, but it's a lot of physical effort. I keep saying that, but I think it's the case.
Okay, Colleen did get a hint in just in time, so you locked in.
Perfect.
Get an A on a subject that is not a strong suit.
A on a subject that is not a strong suit. Notably strong suit, not something you don't know anything about. This would help me kind of tweak it more towards this way. Still getting an A on the assignment is not the hardest thing in the world. I mean, it depends on like what level of say assignment is what you said, or test.
Getting an A on a subject that is not a strong suit.
That's pretty hard because that's more than just one letter grade. You know, you have to.
You guys don't know how to fix a roof is my take anyway now. Colleen, just so you know, I have fixed roofs before.
Yeah, come on now. We're not that helpless. I mean, you might look at us and see two scrawny, nerds up here, but, you know, we've fixed the roof in our time.
Yes.
You mostly.
Yeah, I've personally repaired my church's roof, I repaired my neighbor's roof with the help of Ben, and I went on church retreats where we did housework, and multiple years we did roofing stuff. I was only on the roofing team one year.
And, you know, I've never done it myself with my own hands, but I've...
You did it wrong. Okay. Fair. I didn't say any of them were fixed well.
I'm gonna lock it in there.
Locked in there.
Lock it in there.
All
Getting
right.
an A in a subject you're not is hard to do. It's not like climbing Everest hard, but it is challenging. A roof, I think it's mostly just physically demanding. My disabled ass crawling up there and doing it would have a hell of a time compared to somebody else, but, you know, what are you gonna do?
If there's water in there, it adds so much work. That is fair. I technically should have said replacing shingles, but I said leaky roof to make it more concise. But Corey is locked in there. Hard to do, easy to do. Repairing a leaky roof or getting an A on a subject that is not a strong suit. Ooh, solid. That is a 3. Thank you, Colleen. Your hint did push us there. I think it would have been a 2 otherwise.
Would have been 2 or just off otherwise.
Climbing Everest is easy. Go up. Yeah.
No, there's a lot of going forward, too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of waiting in line. Waiting in line for Everest. How hard can it be?
Yeah.
Tourists do it.
Tourists be like tourist moment, you know?
Well, that is 3 points. I believe taking us to 8? If I'm not mistaken.
Holy shit.
Very cool, very cool. Colleen, if you missed it, last round was pretty bad. We got 2.
This is our first round. What are you talking about?
With 7 cards. We're only doing 5 cards this round, and we're at 8. Last round we had 7, and we got 2.
I don't think you can prove that there was a second round.
That's fair. That's fair. Nobody clicked it. Anyway, we are now down to our last card. Corey, it is to you.
Optional mandatory or underrated or real?
Speed run Everest by just going up. That's true.
There is a game called Just Up or Me Up. I don't know where I'm going with this. Can you tell we're not used to streaming this late? I'm gonna go with optional mandatory.
And Colleen, I do have to disagree with you. I think the fastest way to get to the top of Everest would actually be going down, fly over it in an airplane, and jump out.
Oh, but you're only gonna be there for like a couple seconds, like for like a half millisecond.
Ben, I'll have to hit buttons.
You'll be consciously at the top of Everest. After that, you will be dead at the bottom.
Okay. You know, there was nothing in the prompt about being there alive.
No, I wasn't saying anything like that, you know.
All right, Corey, mix up the board. I'm going to look away. This is our last card. We need a perfect 4 in order to continue the game from here.
All right, chat, use your peepers. Look at that placement right there. That magic 4 right there. Use your peepers, memorize where that's at. We gotta give Mark a hint to get him to put the dial right where that magical little 4 is located. We got optional this side, mandatory this side. So we gotta give him something along that spectrum that would put the dial right where that 4 is.
You can't fly that high, says Colleen. Colleen, we got planes that can break the stratosphere.
We can literally go to the moon, and she's saying we can't fly that high? Crazy.
I will actually look away for Colleen's hints right now. Can you see my computer, Corey?
I can. By
No, we move things over here a little bit so Corey
you know
can
what?
see it. Is it
You know
closed
what?
up?
It's good. It's closed up. You can
Okay.
see. I like Colleen's hint. I'm trying to think of one I can give myself as well to fully match it.
Optional, mandatory, car seatbelt use. I'm gonna put in Colleen's for now.
Colleen's is car seatbelt use. I like that hint. I think that's a pretty good one. I'm going to say
Pressing buttons.
I'm going to say something along the theme of having cars, and I'm going to say having a driver's license in the U.S.
Thank you for the emotes, Colleen. Optional, mandatory, having a driver's license in the U.S. All right, let me center this again. Seatbelt and driver's license. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Having a driver's license in the U.S. versus seatbelt use. What was it? Yeah, okay, car seatbelt use. Because on one hand, just having a driver's license in the U.S., I mean, that's technically fully optional. You don't need to do that, but I mean, having one is going to help you with things like voting, getting a job, getting health insurance, being a general member of society. But wait, you don't need specifically a driver's license for that. You just need a government ID. That's not a driver's license. But the seatbelt is taking me back towards mandatory. This is interesting. I'm almost feeling this might be like a middling one. Would Colleen, of all people, imply that wearing a seatbelt is anything less than this far mandatory? Hard for me to say. Having a driver's license in the U.S. I mean, like, all it does is allow you to drive, and like, you don't need to drive. I personally know people without a driver's license who are our age, and like, it sucks, but they get by. It's not like eating, you know. Eating would be all the way over here.
I'm gonna give you another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say having milk with cookies.
Oh,
From the YouTube Shorts.
Is this a hint from Ben?
This is a hint from Ben. Put it in the YouTube Shorts.
Having milk with cookies. Well, I mean, that's mandatory. Okay. I'm going. Man, Because both of those are taking me here. They're taking me here. Your hit and Benson are taking me here, but seatbelt is taking me here. So I guess I need to just even it out and say like here. Just barely mandatory, just like an inch over. Fuck, I'm stressing out. I need.
He's having a breakdown.
Look in my eyes, Mark. I'm looking.
Lock eyes, Mark. Lock eyes.
Does Colleen wear a seatbelt? Usually.
Normally.
Typically, yeah. It has to be a little bit further. Ben does not eat cookies without milk. I hand Ben a cookie, and he goes, "Do you have milk with that?" And
He'll spit on you if you don't.
He spits on me, and then I give him milk that's expired by 3 days, and he goes, "What the fuck?"
Rightfully so.
So that's an aside.
That's why you threw that one in there.
I'm locking in right there. I'm going with it. I'm locked in.
You're locked in.
Locked in. Last card of the night.
Last card of the night, baby.
Please,
gotta
for the
make
love
it
of God.
count.
Please, for the love of God, be close. Please be close. That's all that matters. It doesn't even need to be on the board. Just close. Wait. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that much maxed out? Are you joking? Are you people insane? Colleen's the only one who had a reasonable answer.
No, absolutely
the rest of
not.
you are insane.
You're so wrong.
Wrong for that.
No, absolutely not. If you have to get your license, all right. When you get to the age of when you have a license, if you don't get it, listen. There are plenty of nice people I know that don't have a driver's license at this age, and I'm going to say something controversial, and that I love them, and despite what I'm about to say, I would still always help them. You become a burden. All right.
It's still
You
optional.
need your license to get It doesn't though. It doesn't because you.
Is mandatory?
Yeah.
Colleen, you were taking me there, okay? I had to block out everything and listen to you. You know, I should have.
No.
Cookies and milk. Yes. Mandatory.
Yes.
That was on me. That was on me.
Are the police coming in and stopping you?
Because you could also.
This is like following road laws. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean cookies and milk?
Hey, I'm following road laws by getting a license to drive.
Like, there's so much you can do without a license. Like, you can function totally normally in society without a license. You can Uber places, you can get rides from others, you can work from home, you can walk. You don't need a driver's license to vote, for a background check, for a passport.
But your life becomes infinitely harder if you don't have a license. If you can't drive yourself, your life becomes so much harder.
If the card was optional to life fucking sucks, yeah, not having milk with your cookies is getting me here, okay? Not having a driver's license is putting me here, but mandatory was the word. Corey listing something that is legal and true for many people as mandatory.
That's why I specified in U.S. because in other countries you don't have to worry about it, right? But for a majority, for over half of Americans, especially people who don't live in cities, like I wasn't gonna sit here and do like a 30-minute prompt of like having a driver's license while you live in the rural United States, right? I didn't want to do that. But for a lot of people,
there.
What's that?
No one has license there.
That's not true, and you know it, mister.
They all drive.
Yeah, they all drive. Don't get me wrong. License.
What's that?
You are legally required to wear a seatbelt. Yeah, I agree. And Ben in YouTube Shorts chat says, milk without cookies is like morning without a sunrise. SMH.
Pure poetry.
You know, wait, you said milk without cookies. It wouldn't be cookies without milk? You dyslexic fuck.
Come on, bro. You don't have to hit him like that.
Good point. Okay. Well, on that note, thank you everyone. It has been fun. We are going to call it there for tonight. Thank you all for coming out. We will be back Wednesday with more Wavelength. Wednesday, we will have 4 people participating, and it's a much bigger event. It is a whole lot of fun. We hope you can come out then and participate. Thank you so much to everyone who watched tonight, and thank you to all of our new YouTube Shorts viewers. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of us soon. would Colleen say? You could have said breathing and have been closer. On that note, we will see you all Wednesday. Goodbye!